Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dhiya, and I believe that cell phone is distracting, and it affected us on how we physically socializing. Because of it, it makes us look apathetic as a college students, and we may tend to be less communicative, apathetic again, and uninterested on physically socializing or even interacting. Now, this problem is mostly and commonly occur to generations like Gen Z. I myself as a Gen Z, therefore I could relate to this. So why do I bring Gen Z? Well, by definition, Generation Z is a social preceding generations right after millennials, with a birth starting year of 1997 to 2012. So basically, that's the year of where technology is rapidly growing. Hence, us, Gen Z, has affected by technology and live with technology like a second skin. Now, why do I bring cell phones and Gen Z and its effects in terms of our social skills? Well, but in college, we tend to invite our friends. We tend to get invited by our friends to go to a food stall, a cafe, or a nearby scenery places, only by doing nothing but taking photos, if not playing games with our cell phones. For example, hey, let's have a good discussion. Let's go to this cafe and let's do, I don't know, politics. But we're not doing any discussions about politics. We're just playing video games. And look, there's a good scenery places for us to talk to, and we could refresh our minds. Instead, we're not doing any of that. We're just taking photos and then post it on social media. Now, in college, of course, we may met projects or group tasks that requires cooperation for us to complete the assignments. And nowadays, we tend to make an online form, be it WhatsApp or Telegram, and then we're just giving a job desk. We're descripting our job desk instead of discussing what kind of materials, what kind of job desk am I doing, and what should and should not do. Another example. Hey, we have this task, group task. I do this, you do yours. Do it within the course of 2 weeks or 2 days. I don't know, depends. And then give the results to me. And then that's it. There's no arguments made, there's no questions asked, not even mentioning the materials that you're about to do, because why? The simple answer is, we know what we're doing. Oh, why do I ask something? I mean, I know what I'm doing. Well, yeah, you know what you're doing, but what if you don't know what you're doing? Now, this is the mistake. When we don't know what we're doing, we tend to let it be as a mistake. We're just, okay, we know we made a mistake. We're so apathetic. We're just letting it be. Let it be as a mistake until someone else mentions our mistake. This is something trivial, obviously. This is something trivial, but why do I bring this? I mean, we could have just talked, in which I will get to that later. Now, if this is how we, as Gen Z college students, would interact with each other, cooperate with each other, and how do we problem solving in a group, then I don't know how destructive it will be when we face a certain problems or in leading a certain company if we act this passively and apathetic. Now it seems that I antagonize phones, that I really dislike it, in which there's a lot of reason why most college students don't want to interact. I say that we know what we're doing. Well, because we have phones, cell phones, and cell phones has search engines, Google, or maybe Siri if you're an iPhone user. We can use those search engines to search materials through materials, informations by informations. We could get what we want, but so much so, we can't compile them all at once. So instead of asking our colleagues which one is right, which one is wrong, we just drown into this time capsule where we're just compiling all these files. Eventually, we ran out of time. Now, it seems that, again, I antagonize phones again. So, what's the solution to this? Well, why don't we just use the phone as a good use? We have search engines. Why don't we use it to search some articles, journals, or even ebooks about a good communicator? How to be a good communicator, how to get at socializing. find it, download it, read it, and then utilize it. That way we could be less apathetic. First solution. Second solution, stop using your phone or minimize the use of phone when you're utilizing that. So when you're about to go to a cafe, start discussing, start talking about politics, even, I don't know, maybe just talk about something, all right? I don't know what you're about to talk, just talk. I don't know. Politics, your day, weather, whatever. And when it comes to group task or project, schedule your meeting with your colleagues and then start discussing about it. Start discussing about the materials, the job desk. Even if you disagree, all right, this may be optional, but argue with your colleagues if you don't like your job desk. It's a lot better than being a passive, talking to a robot. This may sound trivial, and it sounds, well, a bit less important, but by doing this, maybe we could hone our skills, our communication skills, and maybe when we face a certain problems in a certain company, or when we lead a certain society, or a certain company, we may be a good problem solver if we're good enough. And most importantly, we could be less apathetic and we could be a good communicator. That's it about me. See ya.